born with cystic fibroma. When I considered having surgery, I went thinking they could make my voice better, but they told me it would make it worse.
Imagine your own body as a ruthless prison. Skin peeling away from a touch as light as a butterfly's wing, or 16,000 volts of electricity violently ripping through your life force. Most would surrender. But for the rare people of this world, a death sentence is just the starting line. At Epic Human Stories, we don't do pity. We decode extraordinary human stories, where sheer willpower bends reality itself, forging medical miracles that shock the globe. At the very end of this video, an 11-year-old boy will make a choice that leaves the entire medical community in dead silence. A brutal decision that will send shivers down your spine and force you to ask, what does it truly mean to exist? Number 21. Caleb Swanepoel. Deep within the pristine azure waters of South Africa, a harrowing catastrophe forced 20-year-old acting student Caleb Swanepoel to confront his own mortality. During a family vacation, a monstrous great white shark violently attacked and claimed his right leg. But rather than allowing paralyzing terror to consume him, the sheer bravery of his brother Sandy and an unfathomable will to live guided Caleb through the nightmare back to shore, commencing an astonishing journey of rebirth that would completely stun the world. In an astonishing turn of events, a mere 3 days following the harrowing assault, Caleb Swanepoel stood resolutely on crutches, exiting the hospital after a mere 10 days of treatment. This miraculous recovery utterly bewildered doctors, serving as definitive proof of his unyielding fortitude. Refusing to permit psychological trauma to take root, precisely 3 weeks later, the resilient young man courageously returned to the ocean, the exact realm that had taken a part of his body, to directly confront and conquer his ultimate terror. Reborn from a harrowing shark attack, Caleb channeled his passion for surfing into a miraculous form of physical rehabilitation, propelling himself to the level of a professional athlete. At the historic South African Adaptive Surfing Championships, he did not merely compete, he captured the championship title, officially earning his ticket to represent his nation on the world stage. The ocean is no longer a haunting obsession or place of death, but the grand arena where this warrior asserts the infinite strength of the human spirit against crushing adversity. At 26, Caleb Swanepoel shines brilliantly as a passionate actor and athlete, radiating a monumental message of profound gratitude for life. He always emphasizes that surviving the lethal jaws of a shark is a priceless gift. Ensuring physical loss can never deter him from conquering new heights. Caleb's saga is a powerful lesson in unyielding optimism. When you refuse to remain a victim of your circumstances, you become the ultimate hero of your own life. Number 20. Axel Schylström. The lethal force of a 16,000-volt electric current seemed destined to obliterate Axel Schylström's life on a fateful summer night in 2012. A harrowing accident after scaling the roof of a train left the 19-year-old with third-degree burns covering 70% of his body, morphing him into a casualty of youthful recklessness plagued by permanent scarring. Yet, from the ashes of that agonizing nightmare, an unyielding iron will emerged, forging Axel Schylström into the most miraculous symbol of rebirth the Swedish music scene had ever witnessed. The grueling years of agonizing rehabilitation were not merely a physical battle, but a harrowing journey of learning to face an entirely new identity. Axel Schylström refused to hide beneath heavy clothing. Instead, he turned to music as a profound therapy to save his fractured soul. Embracing his scars was never easy, but he realized every mark on his flesh was a vital note in the symphony of life, a testament to how heroically he had fought and conquered death. A monumental turning point arrived in 2015 when Axel Schylström courageously stepped onto the stage of the Swedish Idol competition. Without the need for flashy outfits to conceal his impairments, he captivated millions of hearts with his powerful voice and remarkably confident demeanor. Finishing in 4th place was not merely a musical triumph. It was a steely affirmation to the world that talent and human value are never restricted by external injuries, and true radiance always emanates from an unconquerable spirit. Today, at age 27, Axel Schylström stands not just as a triumphant artist, but as a profoundly influential, inspirational speaker. He dedicates his life to uplifting those trapped in parallel hardships, empowering them to embrace their own unique beauty in a world blinded by superficial standards. Axel's journey offers a monumental lesson in resilience. Never permit a harrowing past to dictate your future, because every scar holds a latent power to illuminate the path ahead. Number 19. Anthony Berizia. Despite the agonizing scaly skin inflicted by the rare disease ichthyosis, Anthony Berizia, a 19-year-old student from Sicily, chose to radiate brilliance instead of running away. Within the lecture halls of Trieste, he is no longer isolated, as harsh discrimination has been replaced by profound friendship and absolute support from those around him. Anthony's harrowing journey of self-acceptance stands as a powerful affirmation. A different exterior never defines a person's worth, and the immense strength of community can help anyone transform pain into radiant confidence. Number 18. Justin Stewart. Justin, a 19-year-old from New Jersey, has engineered a magnificent comeback by transforming the agony of bullying into the bright spotlight of the fashion runway. Born with a remarkably rare frontonasal dysplasia that left him without a complete nose, Justin once survived in the shadows of cruel stigma throughout his school years. Instead of collapsing under the heavy weight of mockery, he bravely displayed his unique features on Instagram, turning an anomaly once labeled a flaw into a powerful manifesto of self-esteem. That extraordinary, undeniable courage captured the attention of the prestigious We Speak modeling agency in New York, officially launching his meteoric rise into professional fashion. Today, Justin stands not merely as a model, but as a monumental symbol of change, shattering archaic beauty standards to inspire millions worldwide. Justin's saga provides ironclad proof. When you find the audacity to love what is most unique about yourself, the entire world is forced to alter how it perceives you. Number 17. Kenny Matthews. A harrowing fire at the age of 3 left Kenny Matthews with severe third-degree burn scars, covering 80% of his body. Teetering on the fragile boundary between life and death, this young man from Los Angeles reclaimed his right to exist, like a miraculous real-life marvel. The profound scars on his body are not just haunting remnants of that fierce inferno years ago, but an absolute testament to a vigorous vitality that openly challenges the harshest laws of human survival. Rather than retreating from the judgmental stares of society, Kenny Matthews constructed a fortress of unyielding conviction regarding the true essence of beauty. He boldly asserts that authentic beauty never resides in a flawless countenance or superficial standards. Instead, it crystallizes from a resolute intellect, a compassionate heart, and a radiant soul. For Kenny, embracing his deep scars is the ultimate way to honor his triumphant journey of rebirth. Kenny Matthews' digital influence erupted exponentially, captivating an astonishing audience of over 1.5 million TikTok followers, with remarkably humorous, optimistic content. He masterfully leveraged laughter to bridge the deep chasm of human disconnection, transmuting severe physical trauma into a vibrant wave of global inspiration. Through every compelling video, Kenny does not merely recount his survival. He emerges as a beacon, empowering millions of insecure souls wrestling with their own differences. Despite commanding an immense global fanbase, Kenny Matthews preserves a profound vulnerability, never hesitating to expose the raw realities of his dating life and emotional tribulations. Though he has never experienced a formal romantic partnership, his faith in the magnetic bond of kindred spirits remains completely unshakable. Kenny's legacy stands as a monumental truth. When you possess the audacity to unveil your authentic self and embrace your ultimate differences, the entire world must surrender to the brilliance of your indomitable beauty. Number 16. Lukas Caldwell. Battling the agonizing grip of Perry-Romberg syndrome since the age of 7, Lukas Caldwell watched helplessly as one side of his face gradually deteriorated, causing his features to grow drastically distinct from his twin brother Ben. This harrowing transformation plunged the 18-year-old into profound insecurity and a crushing loss of confidence because he could no longer mirror his twin's look. Yet the unbreakable bond between the brothers and Ben's unwavering devotion became a monumental reservoir of strength, helping Lukas conquer psychological barriers and celebrate his unique identity. Rather than retreating into the dark shadows of self-doubt, Lukas engineered a spectacular breakthrough utilizing TikTok to raise awareness for this rare condition, amassing over 2 million followers. His captivating videos have not only amazed his schoolmates, but have also transformed into a vibrant beacon of hope for others navigating physical differences. Lukas has powerfully demonstrated that facial symmetry never defines human worth. Instead, it is the raw audacity to stand resolutely before the lens and inspire others that constitutes the most radiant, profound form of beauty. Number 15. John Peck. May 2010. Deep within the volatile battlegrounds of Afghanistan, a devastating IED blast instantly robbed John Peck of almost everything a human could possess. This resilient Marine endured the immediate catastrophic loss of both legs and an arm. Yet the nightmare only intensified back on American soil. A relentless, flesh-eating fungal infection struck, forcing surgeons to sever his final remaining limb. Once an elite warrior, John Peck now confronted an unfathomable reality, trapped inside a shattered physical form defined by agonizing, unspeakable torment. The subsequent days became a harrowing, desolate blur as John descended into a profound abyss of depression, completely isolating himself from society. For a time, he rejected every offer of assistance, pushed away psychiatric interventions, and desperately contemplated ending his own life, blinded by overwhelming despair. Yet buried beneath that severely fractured exterior survived the unyielding heart of a Marine. It was a faint, resilient ember, silently waiting to blaze into life again and reclaim his purpose. A monumental turning point arrived in 2016 when John Peck encountered Jessica, the woman whose profound devotion mended his broken spirit. This deep emotional connection fueled John's determination to brave one of the most audacious procedures in medical history, a bilateral double-arm transplant from a donor. The constant presence of his soulmate and his newfound hands did far more than alter his physical form. They completely resurrected a life once lost to dark despair, unlocking a miraculous new chapter. Now at age 33, despite embracing life with his transplanted limbs, John Peck battles the lingering dread that his immune system could violently reject them, forcing another painful farewell. Yet rather than permitting terror to paralyze his mind, he actively chooses to broadcast his astonishing odyssey, motivating millions worldwide through unrelenting fortitude and profound appreciation. The epic tale of John Peck stands as undeniable proof that even during utter devastation, absolute devotion, mixed with an unbreakable spirit, allows humanity to forge the impossible directly from ruin. Did the harrowing path of John Peck move your soul? Drop a comment with your thoughts, smash that like button, and subscribe right now to illuminate more tales of miraculous human endurance. Number 14. Austin Halls. Entering life afflicted by the exceptionally rare Mobius syndrome, Austin Halls endured a childhood locked in absolute facial silence. His nerves remained completely paralyzed, leaving him entirely unable to smile, shut his mouth, or even move his eyes. To reclaim the simplest form of self-expression, this resilient youth from New Jersey bravely underwent 4 massive surgeries spanning 8 grueling years, a medical journey lasting from age 10 into adulthood. For Austin Halls, each smile today is far from an automatic reflex. It stands as the staggering result of an extraordinary mental battle. He had to consciously command every single facial muscle, deliberately fighting to connect with the world around him. Conquering the brutal barriers of destiny, 24-year-old Austin Halls has triumphed to become a gifted musician, a life coach, and an empowering vanguard for the disabled and LGBTQ+ communities on social media. He beautifully harnesses music to heal, while deploying his influence to protect and champion individuals facing parallel hardships, encouraging them to fiercely embrace their unique differences. The breathtaking odyssey of Austin Halls stands as an ironclad testament. A countenance might be permanently paralyzed, but the spirit and the desire to contribute know no boundaries. Number 13. Nick Dismatsek. Nick, a 20-year-old from Nova Scotia, has transformed his face, heavily altered by severe NF1 tumors, into an astonishing beacon of optimism on TikTok. Diagnosed at age 8 and enduring over 180 stitches following 2 grueling surgeries to remove excess skin, Nick rejects sorrow, weaponizing sharp humor to dissolve societal prejudice. Currently, he is fearlessly preparing for a 3rd major surgery, a monumental turning point, destined not only to ease his crushing physical burden, but to contribute invaluable data to NF1 medical research. Nick proves that even if an appearance is ravaged by disease, a courageous and radiant soul always possesses the unfathomable power to move millions of hearts. Number 12. Matty Oxley. Refusing to let Vater syndrome, along with grueling hardships like scoliosis and spoon-shaped hands, become a permanent barrier, Matty Oxley weaponized those distinct physical differences on the stand-up comedy stage. For the past 5 years, this resilient 33-year-old man from Middlesbrough has masterfully used humor to heal his profound wounds while inspiring thousands by successfully operating his own independent comedy club. Matty Oxley stands as definitive proof that when you possess the courage to mock fate's cruelest adversities, you aren't merely surviving, you are triumphantly conquering life. Number 11. Ethan D'Amato. Confronting a profound, life-altering crossroad, 11-year-old Ethan D'Amato left the medical community in Dallas, Texas, paralyzed in absolute disbelief with his fearless resolution. Diagnosed with neurofibromatosis type 1, NF1, a harrowing condition causing severe tumors to envelop his face, Ethan was offered radical surgery to construct a conventional appearance. Yet the devastating price for normalcy was an unthinkable risk of permanent nerve damage, meaning he would eternally forfeit the ability to laugh and smile. Poised directly between superficial perfection and genuine spiritual joy, Ethan boldly rejected the procedure. For him, surviving with tumors was infinitely superior to an existence stripped of a smile. Rather than retreating from critical glares or the heavy stigma surrounding his striking appearance, Ethan and his devoted family made a conscious choice to completely unlock their hearts to engage with society. The custom-made pamphlets he proudly distributes do far more than merely raise awareness about NF1. They serve as a triumphant declaration of absolute self-worth and unconditional identity. The astonishing odyssey of Ethan D'Amato offers a profound revelation regarding true joy when you possess the immense bravery to safeguard your smile and authentic spirit. You radiate a brilliant light that no surgical blade could ever replicate. Number 10. Stephen Ludwig. Celebrated as the king of three-pointers on TikTok, Stephen Ludwig, also known as Stevo, perfectly exemplifies turning severe adversity into courtside glory. Standing just 5 feet 1 inch tall and battling Maffucci syndrome, which left his left leg 23 centimeters shorter than his right, Stevo denied surgery to confidently stride on unique platform shoes, reshaping his impairment into a legendary signature style. Having beaten leukemia at age 7, despite an agonizing 11% survival rate, this resilient young man discovered in basketball and golf a soul-saving sanctuary and unshakable confidence, proving that the ultimate human boundary is the will, never the numbers on a measuring tape. Number 9. Keshav and Anjali Kumar. Beneath the heavily wrinkled skin of the elderly lived the pure souls of 2 siblings, Anjali, 13, and Keshav, 6. Born with rare cutis laxa syndrome, which destroys skin elasticity, these children faced a harsh sentence of aging since birth. Instead of yielding to critical public stares, Anjali and Keshav stay fiercely inseparable, using deep love to shield each other and conquer all insecurities. Their harrowing saga stands as a powerful testament, though time marks the flesh, a resilient will permanently preserves the brilliant radiance of youth. Number 8. Oliver and Harry Beswick. Entering the world 2 months premature and weighing a mere 1.45 kilograms, Oliver and Harry Beswick waged a harrowing battle for survival from their very first breaths. Though twin brothers from Stoke-on-Trent, destiny dealt each infant a completely conflicting hand. While Oliver experienced standard development, Harry entered life with Goldenhaar syndrome, a rare congenital anomaly that left the left side of his face stripped of the complete physical traits others possess. Far past physical challenges, Harry simultaneously battles the profound obstacles of autism. Consequently, the cognitive and developmental capabilities of this 15-year-old mirror those of a mere 4-year-old child. Harry navigates a unique realm where spoken language and social connection present monumental hurdles. Yet beneath that quiet exterior resides an immaculate soul, a spirit desperately craving affection and acceptance within a superficial society fixated entirely on physical appearance. Gaze upon Oliver to witness the definitive manifestation of brotherhood. A fierce guardian, a loyal companion, and an unbreakable bond. Despite profound disparities in physical appearance or cognitive milestones, Oliver completely refuses to let Harry wander alone. He emerges as the ears, the eyes, and the dedicated translator for Harry's silent inner universe, proving that this twin alliance effortlessly transcends medical and biological constraints to forge an astonishingly miraculous connection. The breathtaking saga of Oliver and Harry Beswick stands as a deeply profound testament to the power of absolute acceptance and unconditional devotion. They demonstrate that ultimate perfection never resides in a symmetrical countenance or superior intellect, but rather in how fiercely we champion one another through life's most harrowing adversities. When humanity ceases harsh comparisons and embraces physical flaws, we discover that striking differences trigger the most astonishing, miraculous epics of pure compassion across our world. Number 7. Atholl Mil. Within the tranquil Scottish borders, Atholl Mil endured nearly 3 decades battling cystic hygroma, a rare lymphatic cystic malformation that left unmistakable signatures across his countenance. As a gay man navigating life with a physical appearance, defying conventional societal standards, generated a crushing, invisible pressure. This harrowing burden led him to believe that absolute isolation was an inevitable price he had to endure. Consequently, Atholl spent his youth certain that deep affection remained an unattainable luxury. The paralyzing dread of rejection and the cruel stares from strangers functioned as psychological shackles barricading Atholl from the modern dating arena. He constructed a massive fortress of absolute isolation, not because he lacked a yearning for connection, but due to the suffocating prejudice regarding how society would react to his physical anomalies. Surviving in deep avoidance for so long not only cost him romantic opportunities, but heavily blurred his personal identity, leaving him lost in defining who he truly was within a world full of strict standards. Refusing to let fate dictate his existence in absolute silence, 27-year-old Atholl Mil engineered a spectacular turning point by shattering his protective shell. Instead of hiding away, he chose to confront his deepest terrors directly, bravely preparing for the first blind date of his life. This was no ordinary romantic encounter. It was an astonishing journey of personal breakthrough, a profound declaration that, while a face may bear harrowing marks, the human heart and the deep longing to be loved remain beautifully equal, entirely without boundaries. Number 6. Ryan Hudson-Peralt. Hailing from Haltom City, Texas, Ryan has continuously battled arthrogryposis, a rare condition that left the joints in his arms and legs permanently fused from the exact moment of birth. This harrowing affliction presents a staggering physical obstacle while serving as a brutal psychological trial for the 28-year-old. Yet, rather than fracturing under these severe bodily constraints, Ryan boldly confronts them head-on, transforming his deep impairments into definitive proof of an astonishing, unconquerable spirit. Navigating his formative years, Ryan constantly weathered cruel taunts frequently targeted with malicious labels like boomerang arms. Yet he refused to let toxic bias halt his momentum. His ultimate anchor through every grueling tempest remains his young son River, whom he treasures as his absolute closest companion and the most radiant beacon in his existence. Embracing fatherhood chiseled deep empathy and unbreakable bravery into Ryan's soul, teaching him that a person's authentic worth rests in their capacity to love and protect completely independent of anatomical perfection. Though navigating a vulnerable quest to find his soulmate after devastating heartbreaks, Ryan preserves an astonishingly radiant optimism regarding future human connection. He refuses to let physical anomalies block his pursuit of happiness, while simultaneously weaponizing his harrowing personal odyssey to uplift individuals left feeling lost due to their own differences. Ryan stands as a triumphant, living vanguard. He proves that when you fiercely refuse to let circumstances define you, you unlock the strength to forge a life brimming with profound purpose and overflowing with love. Number 5. Zackery. Confronting a profound, life-altering crossroad concerning his identity, Zackery Brown executed a courageous resolution that commanded the deepest respect of the medical community. Born with a harrowing lymphatic cystic malformation, he was offered surgery to eliminate the tumor on his face. Yet the devastating price for normalcy was the permanent loss of his tongue and his entire ability to communicate. Poised between a conventional appearance and his own unique voice, Zackery bravely chose his voice. He fully understood that the capacity to connect with the world through words is infinitely more important than any superficial aesthetic standard. Fiercely determined not to let the past imprison him behind computer screens, this young man, who once spent 14 hours a day addicted to gaming, achieved a miraculous transformation at age 28. Instead of fleeing from public stares, Zackery Brown completely committed to the gym, reshaping deep insecurities into dense muscular power and unshakable confidence. Armed with a chiseled physique and a profoundly optimistic mindset, he proves to millions when you cease seeking validation from others and start cherishing your own worth, you unlock the strength to conquer every monumental peak in life. Number 4. Ricardo Benitez. Rather than surrendering to a harrowing congenital condition leaving him born without thigh bones, Ricardo Benitez chose to conquer the world on his uniquely short limbs. At age 20, this resilient youth from Texas shattered childhood insecurities to finish a grueling marathon while courageously targeting the brutal Ironman challenge. Propelled by the mindset that he might not be the fastest, but will absolutely finish with all his strength, Ricardo powerfully inspires us with his adaptability and iron will, proving no barrier remains insurmountable when the soul burns intensely to prove itself. Number 3. Christopher Rea. Locked within a fragile frame by the exceptionally rare Morquillo syndrome, 18-year-old Christopher Rea proves that true valor cannot be measured in inches. Despite enduring severe bone deformities and navigating life from a wheelchair since age 7, this resilient Delaware native refuses to let hardship steal his infectious smile or his deep passion for video games. Together with his 2 sisters, who battle this identical medical mystery, Christopher offers a profound masterclass in optimism. It reminds us that while fate might restrict physical stature, it can never imprison a soul fiercely yearning for joy. Number 2. Dean Clifford. A harrowing death sentence loomed the moment Dean Clifford was born, as doctors insisted he would not survive past age 5. The brutal genetic disease known as epidermolysis bullosa turned the skin of this Queensland native as fragile as a butterfly wing, where even the slightest touch caused deep, blistering wounds. Yet, instead of vanishing into the shadows of illness, Dean Clifford miraculously stunned the medical community by reaching age 38, becoming the longest living survivor in history with the most severe form of EB ever recorded. Stepping into the gym with a body that medical theory dictated should be wrapped in soft cotton, Dean Clifford achieved an unfathomable transformation into a professional weightlifter. Imagine the terrifying pressure of heavy steel crushing down on skin incapable of normal healing. This was no ordinary training. It was a harrowing ordeal of blood and tears. He proved that true strength does not reside in muscle fibers, but in an iron will capable of conquering physical pain to shatter records that even the healthy fear to approach. Dean Clifford's incredible journey has now transcended the weight room, transforming him into a globally influential, inspirational speaker. He does not use his story to seek pity, choosing instead to deliver a devastating blow to the defeatist mindset of anyone facing adversity. Dean's message remains crystal clear. If an individual with the most fragile skin on earth can become an Iron Man in the eyes of the public, then no limit is unbreakable. He stands as a living symbol, proving that when you stop blaming fate, you begin to create miracles. Number 1. Andrew Latham. Andrew Latham endures an astonishing reality, where any sudden noise instantly transforms him into a paralyzed living statue. Battling an exceptionally rare neurological disorder that forces his muscles to lock up whenever he is startled, this resilient individual must master his mind to fight against his own body's natural reflexes. His harrowing story offers a profound lesson in raw courage, proving that when you cannot control circumstances, survival demands forging a spirit of steel to subdue absolute fear. Biology is a ruthless gamble, sometimes caging us within a fractured body. But through these grueling journeys of blood and tears, a shocking truth is laid bare. The physical flesh can be broken, yet the human will is indestructible. True strength does not lie in a perfect physical form. It lies in the exact moment Ethan forfeits a normal face, just to keep his authentic smile. Or when Axel turns his burn scars into the proudest notes of his life. They redefine the very boundaries of existence. Imperfection is never the end. It is simply the perfect dark canvas for humanity to burn its brightest. So what about you? Are you letting invisible limits cage the unyielding beast inside you? If today's heart-wrenching fragments of life have struck the deepest core of your soul, do not let this awakening fade away. Step into the sanctuary of pure willpower by hitting that subscribe button and ringing the notification bell. Officially join Epic Human Stories right now, because the world out there still holds countless magnificent mysteries of survival, just waiting for us to decode. Until our next encounter, always remember, you are greater than your scars.